This video is focused on power of attorneys versus guardianship. What's the difference? What are the processes like? And I want to start with guardianship because some people get confused with what guardianship is. Think of guardianship, when you had if you have children, when they were under the age of 18, you were, by law, their legal guardian. They couldn't sign their name by themselves. They couldn't sign a contract. They couldn't open up a bank account. They couldn't pay bills. They couldn't do anything without you because you were their legal guardian. Then they turned 18 and they became adults and they became guardians of themselves, and you don't have to file anything. It just happens automatically. That's the way our law is set up. But you were at one point in time, if you have children, you were somebody's legal guardian. Now, fast forward to after someone has turned 18, typically when they're much older, but let's say someone has become incapacitated, whether it's through a car accident or a stroke or just Alzheimer's has progressed, right? They become incapacitated and become unable to take care of themselves. If you don't have a power of attorney, which we'll get into in a second, or a well-drafted power of attorney, you're then back into legal guardianship, except it's no longer automatic. Now you have to go to, once someone has turned 18, if you want to become someone's legal guardian, you have to go to court. You have to pay a lawyer thousands of dollars to go to court and get a judge to rule that, yes, this person does not have the ability to make decisions, and yes, you are the right person to be making those decisions for them. And then you can do things like pay bills, sign their names, and do things like estate planning and Medicaid planning for them under a judge's supervision. And guardianship is not always all that bad, right? If you're concerned about family members who might not, or other people who are not going, who you don't trust with having this sort of access to your resources, a legal guardianship is good because they can't do anything without a judge saying so. So it has its positives, but it's most often not anyone's first choice, if no other reason than it's just simply so much more expensive and time consuming to go through that process. When instead of guardianship, you could have decided yourself who is going to make decisions for you by executing a well-drafted, durable power of attorney. Now, sometimes I have people come to me with poorly drafted powers of attorney or free forms they get off the internet that allow them to do some things, but they don't allow them to do other things, especially things that are needed for asset protection planning and getting people help with their long-term care, home care, ALF care, nursing home care, things like that. We have a lot of bad powers of attorney, and sometimes because there's a bad power of attorney, we're back into the world of legal guardianship because that's the only trajectory by which we can achieve our goals. Now, instead of going through all of that legal guardianship process, I prefer to see my clients with a well-drafted, enhanced durable power of attorney, which we do, which basically says, here's the person that I want to be able to make decisions for me. It might have a backup, right? If that person can't do it for whatever reason, we can list somebody else. And we say, even if I become incapacitated, which is what makes a power of attorney durable, it endures even if you become incapacitated, here are the things that I want my agent or attorney, in fact, that's the person you make the decision maker in a power of attorney. Here's what I want my agent or attorney, in fact, to be able to do. And this is really the reason why generic forms aren't good, because you can't just say they can do anything they want. That's not allowed anymore. You have to be very, very specific. And certain powers are referred to as superpowers because they have special initialing requirements. And even if it's clear as day, black and white and circled, if it hasn't been initialed properly, they still can't do it. So this is why you doing a do-it-yourself power of attorney or going to a lawyer who doesn't do this on a regular basis can be quite treacherous. So that's the power of attorney and legal guardianship. They are serving similar purposes. There are different ways to oftentimes accomplish the same goal. A well-drafted, durable power of attorney is way more economical, and it gives you the security of knowing that you're the one who chose who's going to make these decisions, you're not leaving it to a court to make that decision. So I hope that clears it up, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you'd like to talk more about estate planning or Medicaid planning anywhere throughout Florida, please call the number that's below this video or click a link to our website, and we'll be happy to get you set up real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.